We became involved in the Fusion Center issue a couple of years ago because of a particular incident in North Texas where the North Texas Fusion Center issued a bulletin that included a religious slur. And it was a good example of the problem that one of the other witnesses testified to, that once the information is out there, it is not possible to call it back. So we've engaged in a number of activities to educate the public around the existence of fusion centers, and we've also been working with law enforcement at the state and local level to develop recommendations to codify the fusion centers and have some oversight and accountability for them. At the core, the Internet is going to be a part of law enforcement, just like it's a part of every other part of government and life. So it's not really realistic to think that we're not going to have databases of information in law enforcement just like we do everywhere else. What's needed is a high level of transparency and accountability, good boundaries, and reasonable public expectations of what those databases are going to include. We would support codifying the Texas Fusion Center Policy Council, which is currently, I would describe it as an informal body that exists at DPS that consists of the directors of the local fusion centers in Texas as well as the state fusion center, and giving that body rulemaking authority over the local fusion centers. If the state has rulemaking authority over the local fusion centers, we think that they can make rules that implement the provisions of Representative Thompson's bill. And one of the things that we like about rulemaking is that it would be a public process, that we'd be able to participate in it. We would like to see more public participation than just a rulemaking process. We'd like to see public member on the Fusion Center Policy Council at the state level. We would like to see legislation that's clear about the importance of protecting religious and health and non-criminal information. And we'd like to see the Fusion Center Policy Council doing some kind of reporting back to the legislature on a periodic basis, annually or biannually. The last thing I'll say is really the Fusion Center needs a line item in the budget, and neither the House nor the Senate budget currently has an actual line item. Currently, they don't have any appropriation. They just take money from different areas of DPS budget. The best thing that could happen would be that they'd have some actual performance measures in the line item. That we're also hoping to get into the budget, but I know that's not the purview of this committee. So with that, I'll answer any questions.
Any questions, members? B, thank you for being with us today.